Before I get into the share, I want to mention something. First of all, I'm sure all of you join me in knowing how blessed we are to have a band like this. We have a vacancy in this seat today. About a week ago, Jerry Durrell had a bit of a health hiccup, and so I'm asking all of you to join me this week in holding Jerry in prayer, and that he rejoin us whole and healthy real soon. Okay? Thank you. Your board's been busy. We did our annual retreat on July 25th and 6th out at Unity Village. 2 days of looking at ourselves, our community, and what we wanted to do for this year. And then we met again on July 30th for our first regular board meeting as part of a new board. At the retreat, we elected some additional officers for this year. Stacy Cross is your vice president. Tom Hadley is your treasurer. And Linda Kirscher is your secretary. So we are in place going forward, and our number one stated goal this year is to answer repeatedly your request that we be more transparent and open to the community. As a start to that, you'll begin to see us out in the lobby after the service, welcoming you, thanking you for joining, and being available to answer any questions, accept any ideas, anything you want to share with us. We'll be out there. We'll continue to report to you every month. We'll do some reporting in the weekly news blast, e-blast, and anything else we can come up with to make sure you understand we are your board working for you and us in this community. One thing I want to note, I'm sure you've heard the guest speakers that have been here, and I have heard in going to various Unity meetings how people see this community, Unity Church of Overland Park, as a place that is on the edge, ready to go, a beacon for the rest of the Unity movement, and something special's going on here. I mean, something special is going on here. They wouldn't say that if they didn't mean it. Bob Barr stood up here a couple weeks ago and said, "Look out, world, here we come." And that was our theme for our meeting out at the village. How many attended and took part in the numerous conscious conversations we had recently? Some of us on the board, thank you for doing that. Some of us on the board sat down and listened and looked at and read all almost 1,400 answers that were presented through you as to what you wanted to see in this community. From that, we took and made sticky notes and covered almost an entire wall of your suggestions and ideas. We've structured those into what we'll call pillars for this community going forward. Those pillars in the next couple of weeks will be actually displayed out in the lobby, where we're going to ask you to sign up for those areas that you'd like to participate in or help lead in. Those pillars are, the first is culture. That's going to be led by board members Tom Hadley and myself. And that includes things like building a more vibrant family environment, running, developing, and having an ongoing consciousness of prosperity and action. You'll hear more about that coming forward in the near term. And also to help develop, really grow, and continue a culture of small groups. You've heard about that in the Sunday announcements. It has begun. If you have interest in it, there'll soon be an entire section on the website about these small groups. They're designed to give us a chance to participate in areas that we have individual interest, help us grow our spirituality, and get to know each other more deeply. The second pillar is spiritual development, led by Donna and Linda. The big area you asked for there was to have more and more diverse classes. and also to find a way through our Sunday services to go deeper in our spirituality. The third pillar is ministry, led by Evelyn and Deb. This includes your request for more well-known and or outside speakers. We've been doing that. Nian, thank you so much. And let me sidebar for just a second. During the first service, right after her sermon, her presentation, her fiance gave her a rose. Stand up. Nice going, fiance. In this next area of ministry, we're also going to pick up at your request, and we totally agree, doing a lot more advertising and marketing in the community to let people know who we are and what we have to offer. And then we also want to have services that can be designed not only for everyone, but some focused especially for those in their 20s and 30s, like me. Fourth pillar, community activities. Third pillar, community activities. That's being run by Kathy and Stacy. 99.99% of you said we want more community outreach. We're going to do that. The challenge will be when we come up with community outreach ideas and actual programs, we're going to need people to participate all the time. So keep that in mind because it is going to come. We will have more community outreach. You also asked for more social activities like potlucks, ice cream socials. We're also looking at an idea of having at least one complete community picnic out of the village every year. So that's ongoing and developing as well. These pillars are now and will be based on what you've told us you want, the structure, the solidifying the foundation of this community and all we're going to do and are doing. So get ready, folks. When somebody said you haven't seen anything yet, you haven't seen anything yet. Now, last Wednesday night, we had our regular board meeting. We reintroduced the idea of tithing and exactly what we want to do with that. There have been requests from the community to look hard at finding one or two organizations within the community that we could support. So we're looking at that as a possibility, as well as tithing to the unity organizations we already do. On Thursday of this week, your board's going to meet, and for the first time, take a hard look at the 7 senior minister applications we have. They are good applications. Our first step will be to look at them, look at the videos that they have included within their applications, and discern if there are qualified candidates. Assuming there are, we will then interview via Skype those that are qualified. Assuming there are some that are qualified as senior minister, we will then invite those that are qualified to come here and speak over a weekend of interviews, talking to you, introducing themselves to you in a social potluck downstairs. And then to hear from you what your thoughts are. Asking you to give us your thoughts will not be a vote. Your board is given that responsibility, but we will listen closely to what you have to say. If the right person is in that group of 7, we will then invite them to negotiate with us for being the senior minister. If Spirit has not called that person here yet, we will reopen the applications through Unity Worldwide Ministries and continue to look. Your board will not be in a hurry. We want a person of vibrant, passionate energy to help join us in being all that we've already said we want to be. When that person steps forward, whether it's now, 6 months from now, whenever Spirit calls that person, and it could be one of those 7, when that person is there, we'll know. Spirit's with us in every step of the way. And towards that end, please, if you're so called, join us on Wednesday nights this next week in meditation to help discern that and carry that whole process forward with Spirit. In the meantime, let me add one more thing. Bob asked you a couple weeks ago, us, to add $18 more per month in our giving. And if doing so, it would break us even. You listened. For June, we're in the black. Let me be bold enough to say how wonderful it is, but 1 month does not make a trend. This has to continue in order to do all the things we want to do. So thank you for telling us where you'd like us to go. Thank you for helping us get there. And please understand, from the bottom of my heart, I believe you ain't seen nothing yet. Thank you.